I remember being pulled over by the police once. Drove past the police station, pulled me over straight away. He's like, "What have you been doing? Your eyes look a bit glazed over. You've been smoking."
Liquidize the throat.
Liquidize the throat. Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Anybody, oh shit.
What?
I feel like you don't do an intro to this, so if you just go into it. Welcome, everybody, boys and girls. This is, the second time we're trying to record this.
Mm-hmm.
Ed squared. 2 Eds coming at you. 2 Eds.
Times 2.
From the United Kingdom. 1 middle-aged and one very young. Yeah. How's your week been, mate? I know it's the start of the week. How's your week started?
Pretty good.
Close that bloody window.
Close the windows.
Definitely.
Yeah. Let's get it well toasty in here.
Yeah, just start of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we come notes, we come prepared.
I haven't really done anything this week so
I've
far.
well, that's really good
Just
actually.
been chilling.
I'm sure it'll make people very interested.
Yeah. I mean, I had a good week last week, which was probably easier to talk about. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll get into that. That. What have you been up to today?
Sorry, I'm just picking my teeth. I've got Monster Munch in them. Yeah, so I went for a big walk around like Chorlton sort of area. Pretty
Chorlton,
nice.
is that like near here?
Yeah, South Manchester.
South Manchester, you could have just said that.
Yeah, sorry. Walked along a river, it was nice. Went to a pub, walked back. Good times.
So, you just went, well, I know, pub's a good reason to go anywhere, but like...
I had one drink and a big fat scran. So, yeah.
I've been north and Quartermore.
I was there
obviously
today.
I used to live in South Manchester for a couple of months, but I never. That's probably near where I live, you know.
What, Chorlton?
I used to live in Fallowfield.
Yeah, nowhere near.
Oh, okay. Well, you said South Manchester. It is South Manchester.
That's a large area.
Yeah, very much. Anyway, yeah. So me and Ed back at it again. Well, it's probably the first time you probably listened to us, but yeah. Today we've got a couple of interesting topics and a couple of topics that probably made Ed feel a bit uncomfortable when I first texted him this morning. Yeah, so
uncomfortable, ready for the conversation though, so it's fine.
I feel like a lot of the time I speak definitely make you feel uncomfortable, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, so you go out quite often. I feel like for me it's a bit more of a rare occasion.
Right.
Yeah.
You make me sound like an
No,
alcoholic.
you look intense at me. Why are you looking so intense? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just leaning forward because
No,
this
it's
chair
okay.
is broken as fuck.
I feel like we do this every
I feel
time.
like I'm going to fall off this chair.
This
side is
that
broken
chair is
as
broken.
fuck.
This one's cracked. So yeah, me and Ed are just crazy students. Go out on many amazing parties, and we're just here to tell you some crazy stories today. Nah, I guess it's easy because that's what I guess that's one of the best things to talk about is what you're going through right now. So I think it'll be quite fun to talk about.
Yeah, man.
What flavour is that?
Watermelon.
Grape. Oh, I was gonna guess grape.
Yeah.
And also, before we go in, that if you're listening to on audio, how a lot of like different flavours of things. It might be chocolate, it might not chocolate, but vapes.
Yeah.
What colour resembles watermelon? Because surely it should be watermelon is red and green, mate.
Yeah.
Why is that like that?
It's watermelon ice flavour.
Yeah, they do that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. But the other watermelon from the other company is just bright red.
Yeah, that would make more sense because it's inside of a watermelon. But
Indeed.
anyway, going to more important matters. I went out into Manchester this weekend with my mate, and to be honest, it was all right night.
Where'd you go?
It's called Lime Bar. Lime Bar.
I have no idea what that is.
The night was called Funkamedia. Funk something.
Funkademia.
See, he even knows more than me.
Yeah, I swear that's in Mint Lounge.
Mint Lounge. I knew it was something like lime, mint. One of the fruits. One of the plants.
Fucking miles away.
Yeah.
One of the plants.
Yeah. I don't know. It felt like quite. It wasn't one of my best nights out, but it was definitely one you could tell a story from. So got there. It was like central Manchester. Went straight in. There was no queue. I turned up pretty late, to be fair. But it was kind of thing where, when you go to a club, and if you don't usually go for prees, and everyone you go with, you already meet up outside.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I was like, I was by myself, got an Uber, went in, and luckily I just found this club was so busy. I don't know how I found him. Found him anyway. It was my mate. His birthday's coming up. Happy birthday. Anyway, his mate, and he's telling about his mate. I don't know if he was on something, but right. So we'd be like in the club, and obviously like he's a friend of a friend, so I don't really associate him with him that much. So we walk in dancing. It's like shoulders to shoulders packed. These group of girls and like two like quite tall guys behind us, and I just see him like eyeing him up and going, fuck off. Like, you know when people like go, fuck, but for no reason. I was there, I was just watching. I was like, what the fuck's about to unfold? So, two like, you know, they were just chilling. He just starts going, fuck off. Like, he's pissed off at them for no reason. This man must have been hurt by life or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything happened from that? Did he get beaten up or?
No, well, yeah. So then these two guys, I could just see them like talking and realising, you know, because usually when stuff goes off, they go up to them and they're like, oh, what's happening? Because they were friends of these two girls that for some reason were being told to fuck off. And for some my reason was, one, my mate, I couldn't see my mate. So, and the only people I were really with that night were like friends of friends. So I was like, fuck this, I'm not dying. I'm not fucking
Did you run away yet?
No, I kind of just, I'll go get a drink from the bar. Because I saw it like kick. Because I wasn't that drunk where, I feel like when you're drunk, you don't see things coming as much, like fights and stuff. But when you're sober, you can definitely see when guys have got that kind of like...
Yeah.
Getting
you hadn't drank yet?
I had.
Right. Oh, no, I saw you. Yeah, you were fucked.
Yeah.
You couldn't even stand on the stairs.
I don't know why, but I was very social aware. So maybe because I wasn't like enjoying the night that much, so I wasn't really in the moment, I don't think.
Right.
So yeah, but then I figured out this guy didn't have like kind of a hatred against girls. It was just everyone. This guy was just there. To fuck. But mate, what was going through his head? He's gonna get hit.
I mean, it sounds a bit silly, to be honest.
And he wasn't like some massive guy. He's probably about my height.
Right.
Yeah.
And just telling everyone to fuck off.
Yeah, and it was kind of a thing where I was like very scared for my own sake because I'm with these people.
Yeah.
That I don't really know. So I'm like, do they think I'm with them and like kind of thing? And I was making it very apparent I'm fucking out of there. Like, I'm not gonna die on this hill for this guy.
I'm going to the bar.
Yep. But I'm sure you've got stories that are much more kind of...
What do you mean? I didn't do anything really. I just had a generic night out on my nights out last week.
I thought you had a 2-night bender. That's what
I did, yeah. But first night started at about 5 p.m. on Thursday.
Right.
And that just involved getting to a mate's house, and my mates were already about 7 pints deep.
Oh, that is, yeah.
And it was 5 p.m. And then we walked the entirety of Manchester, basically. We went to a pub, got some food, which we had to wait an hour and a half for.
Yeah.
For the food. Got a bit drunk, and then got back here and proceeded to get absolutely shit-faced, and didn't go to bed until 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Was that was the night I was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that was a very fun night.
Yeah. And then
what type of people do you hang around? Like, describe you, mate. What type of people do you hang around with? Like, are they like you?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. They listen to the same music, so lots of drum and bass and all this. And like to have a drink. So.
Yeah. I hate when the monitors turn off. Anyway, yeah. So after that, was there another night? Two nights in a row?
And then the following night went to a rave.
Rave.
Which started as soon as I finished uni at 5 p.m. Went straight to the pub.
Yeah.
And just was at the pub for 6 hours, and then went into a rave for another 4 hours. So.
You must have been knackered after those 2 nights.
Oh yeah. And then I had work the next day.
Yeah.
Like 3 till midnight. John sent me up to the kitchen, so I didn't have to do much work.
That's good when you know your boss. You can just do it. You feel like you're not. Does it feel like sometimes you're not working?
Mm-hmm.
Like death.
Well, especially when he sent me upstairs and I was just sat in the kitchen watching a couple of plates.
Just like pretending you're doing something. We'll see how it is.
Yeah, I'll just turn it back on. It will be part of the podcast.
Yeah. That night for me, going back to my night, was really weird though, because when you go, that was the first time I've been to a club by
arrived at one on your own.
Yeah, but it also made me think like there's people who do this quite a lot. There's probably people who especially more guys, because I assume a girl going to a club isn't the safest thing nowadays. The world's fucked. But, well, they might do, but...
I wouldn't imagine people going, like, that definitely happens, but I don't
Mate, there's
understand.
probably like middle-aged people
I don't
do that.
understand why you would go to a club
Yeah.
on your own, to a normal, everyday club, which was just playing, like, shitty, generic pop music
Yeah.
that everyone listens to, like...
No, but I'm saying there's definitely middle-aged men who... I've seen that, like, guys who
just
kind
arrive
of just
at a
chill
club.
by themselves. But I feel like those people are very used to kind of meeting people there. Maybe people just do that. They just meet people on the night out. But
Well, I've tried to go to raves on my own, and
Yeah.
I've told you about this.
Yeah.
You know, and I just go, enjoy the music a little bit,
and
then decide that I don't want to be drunk on my own and just leave.
Yeah.
You know?
And that was what I left. I left early than everyone else because I think my friend was just going off with other people was fair enough, but I just wasn't feeling it. I feel like unless I'm not that into clubs where I can just go by myself, and I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal, man.
Cool. So we both found out that we aren't very good at going out.
No. I'm recently, I don't know why.
I haven't heard of you going out much recently at
No,
all.
not at all. One, I just prefer. I feel like I can enjoy myself. Well, I've got a significant other now. Also, I don't know. I feel like for the money you spend, I wouldn't get that much enjoyment out of it, unless I'm with my mates, like a group of mates, like from back at home. Yeah. I don't know. I feel more comfortable like chilling in here and having drinks. I don't know. Recently, I've just been feeling that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back to that stage. I don't know right now. And also like it does get expensive, but I think recently I've got the idea. Pre-drinks are so good for saving money. Like I don't get them people.
You've only recently had that idea.
No, but my friend kind of made me realise like you don't need. Most people I know just drink before they go out and then just go. Mate, you save so much money.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You buy like maybe one drink to top you up on the night out. Because you already absolutely.
You buy one
fucked
drink
by
just
the time you get there.
Or in my case, I was just like awkward, so I was like, oh, let's go get a drink. Yeah.
To avoid a fight.
I don't. I think if I was single,
Yeah.
and I'd have more incentive to go out. Right now, why would I spend money on something? I do enjoy a night out, but I feel like right now it's more if it's to celebrate something. I'd like to do that.
Yeah, I don't go out normally. Like I don't do a normal club night.
Yeah, D&B is definitely not a normal club night. Imagine, like seeing a group of people who just generic music. People who go to like. You know, just
at a rave.
Yeah, but they don't know it's a rave, so they just walk in. I'd love to see that. Imagine like.
But it was like you when I took you to one.
That was me.
Yeah, you had a good time. Though.
Oh, the first time, I just started chatting to people. I didn't think I would chat to that many people.
You chat to people at a rave?
A drum and bass rave. I just thought people would be off their heads, and there are people off their heads. But because there's a lot of people just trying to promote themselves, and at D&B, right? Yeah. There's a lot of, up and coming D&B and artists that just go and watch, which is not really. You don't see at an hour like at a normal club night. Oh, does this guy? Oh, yeah. Can you add me on Instagram? Like
I want to be a DJ at this pop club.
Yeah.
Not a thing.
But I think it was like a networking. Like this girl, like was
at D&B, right?
Yeah, like there was a girl and a guy.
Massive thing to do.
Yeah, I've never encountered that. Is that like a normal thing then?
Yeah. If you want to play somewhere, you go there. You have a night out and you try and get in with the promoters.
Really, just like what? You talk to bouncers? Who would you talk to?
No, you try and figure out who the promoters are. You message them before you go, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be more
because it's a who you know industry.
And
so
also
you just
like
need to like go down there and be part of the industry.
Fair enough. I think I heard that like Ed Sheeran. I know it's different genre. He was just like passing out like CDs and stuff. I know that's very generic because I don't really study music like you do. But yeah, I think I heard like Russell Howard was really annoyed because Ed came up to him like back in the day, I think like 2010, 2011. I don't know the date. Like said, oh, I'm handing the CDs out. Like what's called a demo? Are they called demos? Yeah. And Russell Howard just said no. Like. Just, I think he said no or something like that.
Right.
Imagine. But you can now. And it's also like that holographic, who was the band, the really big band that went on tour. I don't know if they're currently going on tour, but instead of them being physically there, they're coming up as a hologram, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't remember which band it is,
I
but
can't remember.
there's a lot of that where someone's dead, and especially music artists and their label can just keep pumping out stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's similar to. I swear there was a thing where Michael Jackson appeared as a hologram on something.
The only other one I can think of
Is
is Kanye West's dad, or someone. Yeah, I think I
Okay.
remember Kanye West's like dad messaged like Kim. I think I remember something like that. But we're probably gonna even see more of that. Like, think about it, in 100 years, they're probably gonna be able to get like an AI robot that
Yeah,
feels.
just like morphs into someone else's face kind of thing. Some mad shit.
Well, if we eventually develop artificial intelligence that can look like a human,
Yeah.
they'll be able to recreate.
Whoever they want.
Michael Jackson's coming in,
Yeah.
and then just what it. Do you reckon? No, unless you had their DNA. I don't reckon. Do you reckon someone's got Michael Jackson's DNA where it all?
Oh yeah, loads of.
I don't know. Do all these famous people go into this crematory where they're just all stored? I reckon some.
I mean, there's probably plenty of people with Michael Jackson's DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. He's talking about.
I just covered the camera. I'm getting a drink.
Yeah. These are actually quite nice. When I'm.
What, Staropramen?
Yeah.
They're all good.
Very nice bit.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't make me elaborate on what I just said, because I regret what I just said.
Yeah, but no, if you say if someone famous, I slept with someone famous and they left underwear, I'm not gonna throw in the bin. That's Lindsay Lohan's pants on the floor. You think I'm gonna throw it out? I don't know why I said Lindsay Lohan. She's probably like
my
60.
God.
I don't even know how old she is. But if any of you viewers can say at home that if you like had any relationship with someone, you'd want to tell your friends like, yo, look in this straw. Maybe not.
Look in this vacuum
But
packed
it's-
bag.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just speaking the truth, like.
Yeah, Fez.
So yeah, moral of the story: don't leave your pants in my room, bro.
Yeah,
They're getting
fair
put,
enough.
They're getting put in a.
I'll try not.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, let me just consult my notes.
Consult your notes.
So. Where can we
Looks
go
like you're
from
about to
here?
say something really deep.
It's not at all. It's probably the most boring
It's
question
the
that I'm
gap
ever
you
going to
left.
ask you.
You were doing the little like coach lean. Yeah.
Boring question. Let's just have a little boring Ed segment.
Okay.
Sorry, you're Ed as well. I'll be. Wait.
We're both Ed, mate.
Yeah, but.
What?
Yeah, okay,
you want
fine.
Mate,
How do we distinguish?
because it doesn't. No, because there's never going to be three Eds in the room. Because when I say Ed,
Do you not know any more Eds?
No.
No.
My like great granddad was called Ted, so I think he was called Ed.
Well, I had 4 in my school, so.
Mate, in your
Yeah.
year or
Yeah,
just
in my
school?
year. 3 of them in my
That
class.
must have made you feel not very special. Like,
Yeah,
you
and
just
then I leave
met-
and never
yeah.
meet another Ed in my life.
Yeah, so. It's
Does
not
that
gonna be a
stay on
problem.
when it turns off the screen?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not gonna be a problem because I can just call you Ed and you can just call me Ed. Like
Yeah,
that,
true.
If you think about it,
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
did just call myself Ed, so that's where it gets confusing.
just don't talk about yourself in the third person, you arrogant prick.
What was I even going to say?
You talking
I
about a
just
boring
found
question?
a boring question. So, okay.
Yeah.
Boring segment.
Okay.
So, do you like hot or cold weather?
Right. Explain more. Can I have a long? That's quick. Yeah, I'm trying to think about that. Hong
Do
Kong.
you prefer it being hot, like it is now? Or
Like this temperature,
this
room.
temperature? Or like just weather? So, say it's like it was today.
Yeah.
Say it's 19 degrees, which in England, we find that hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people like go crazy. People
Yeah.
bust out their shorts
Yeah.
for 19 degrees.
I mean, I did the other day.
Say that for any other country, bro. They're going, what the
It's a
fuck?
bit chilly.
They're
Um,
putting on a coat.
But so you're like 19 degrees, or like say, like 3 weeks ago, and it was like
Yeah,
2 degrees.
right. So, I am a ginger fellow, but weirdly enough, I think maybe because I am in the UK and I experience cold weather all the time, I would prefer hot weather.
Yeah.
I do want to like maybe live in a different country to see if my answer would be different, like living in it, like you know.
But then you'd live in another country and you'd get used to the heat.
Yeah,
You'd get used to the heat, and then
Oh,
you'd
by
come
the
back
way,
here and it'd be just fucking freezing.
Would it be like if I had to pick from it's constantly hot temperature, like constant, and then constantly a cold temperature?
I'm saying you just in the moment kind of thing. Do you prefer?
Oh, just like
Do you prefer if your body temperature is hot or cold?
Hot. Yeah, and I feel like you're going to say cold. What's
Yeah.
your answer? Right, so why? Why cold, man?
Easier to warm up than it is to cool down.
In that instance, it would be, yeah. Just if you're in your room, bro, take your shirt off. Take your...
No, easier to warm up.
Yeah, no, I know, but you can just take off clothes. Maybe not in like
But
a
you
social
don't cool
event.
down in that situation. If you're in the situation where you're
But if
really...
you take off... Like,
If you're in the situation where you're really hot, right? You're sweating.
which you are, bro, you're really
Yeah,
hot.
Okay, thank you. You're sweating one out and you're really warm.
Yes.
And you stay in the same place and nothing else in your environment changes. You take off some clothes, you're not really going to cool down that much.
Right.
Unless you're wearing a fucking coat, then
But
obviously.
where would I be in the world where this temperature's so fucking hot where even if I'm naked, I'm like gonna get...
It's hot though, still, when you're naked.
Yeah, but when you said hot weather, I thought it was like, summer, maybe 25 degrees, 24,
Yeah,
25.
if summer, 25 degrees, and you're outside and you're fucking naked, mate, your whole entire body is going to be burning.
My will, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
but
spend
you know
a
what
lot of
I'm
money
saying?
on
I'm asking
sun
you,
cream.
that's what, you said,
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, I would prefer.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer that to constant cold. Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's just because I've grown up here though, and I'm kind of just jealous of.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pasty guy.
Just
I
trying to
think
sleep,
that's just
though.
me.
Trying to
Holmes.
sleep in the heat as well. Fuck that.
Yeah, but I'm also a big fan of like thin bed sheets anyway. No. I think I have a really high natural body temperature anyway. Like if you did know me intimately, which you don't, of course. Like I'm fucking like hot all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it'd affect me that much.
I'm a human radiator.
For a ginger guy, I think I'd probably be in the top 1% of surviving and stuff. Like Squid Game, if they got all the ginger people and put them in like the Bahamas,
Yeah.
I'm probably like last in top 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of how many?
I think there was there 1,000 in Squid Game? They should do that, like a spin-off, a ginger spin-off. Hey, tell me people won't watch that.
I mean, I would. Especially if you're on it, mate.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, we won't really... the world's going to get hotter anyway.
Yeah.
Climate change.
My preferred temperature is going to disappear.
So you... Right now, how the
I'm
temperature...
sweating, mate. I'm too hot.
You're right. Oh, open the window. If you do want to, you can open the window if you want.
No, it's too loud.
Yeah.
Don't want road noise on the podcast.
With that though, I feel like it's wherever the grass is always green on the other side. You grow up in like Mexico, there's probably a kid in Mexico going, "Yo, I wanna be in the cold for a couple months." It's whatever, but it's weird to say. And also, there's people who love cold weather, and that's you as well. I find those people weird.
Do you?
To be fair, I don't know. It's because it's just different.
Yeah.
You're not actually weird. You're not like.
Find anything
clean.
different weird, Eddie? Yeah.
Yeah, so moving on, we talked about AI a bit earlier.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you something.
Oh yeah.
What would your girlfriend say if you asked her, okay, let me rephrase this. Is it cheating if in 50 years, and there is the technology, you have sex with a robot, but it looks like a human?
Can you say that louder and a bit
You
slower?
have intimate relationship. No.
Not a relationship.
No, not a relationship. Just a bit of fun with a robot.
Right. And is that cheating or not?
Yeah,
that
I want
what
to
you're
ask you
asking,
this.
yeah?
I want to see your morals.
Right.
Yeah. Could you just press record on that one again? Just
which one?
It's just there. There's a red button.
Where?
On the other side.
On the other side?
Yeah, just put where your thumb is now.
Like here. That's not it.
Yeah. So
record
what
like
I'm
this.
trying to say is, in 100 years, it's not abnormal to think is AI's developing.
Yeah.
that there will be there'll be a massive business in it, mate. Single guys.
Yeah.
You can just go.
Not even
Probably going to be
guys.
cheaper than prostitute.
Not
Yeah.
even single
Yeah.
guys.
Mate, it's going to be so. So my thing is it cheating, or at what point is it cheating?
I guess it depends if they can understand and talk back to you.
There's like.
So you're saying full on AI, that
There's
is
no
a
difference.
learning
So
AI.
right now I could be in 100 years time, or like wherever it is in the future.
So we're at the point where you can't tell what's AI or not.
That I don't think that's far off. Like
No.
no.
But
Definitely not.
so that's the point we're at, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, it's cheating.
Okay.
It's
and
intelligence.
how would you feel if you had a girlfriend at the time and she said, "Yeah, I ordered it off Robot X, like instead of Uber X." Yeah, a guy just came and like pummeled her. Like, but it's not a real person. It's a robot.
It's cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Yeah. What do you not think it is?
What if it's a robot? Like you see in Futurama, it's not like a human. Do you
Just
think
a metal.
at what point does it become cheating? Is what I'm asking.
I think it's just dependent on how intelligent this robot is.
Okay.
And you're saying it's full on smart as a human kind of
Well,
AI.
I was starting at that, and then I'm trying
you're
to judge
saying
your
back.
at what point do you go,
This is
because
cheating.
like in 10 years they go, because guys, some guys use, it's acceptable, use like, I don't know what you call it, but like sex toys. So
Flashlight.
yeah, like a fleshlight.
Right.
So that compared to a fully fledged AI human
Yeah.
that is solely served to do that purpose.
Yeah.
At which point in there does it switch in your head? You go, nah, I'm not doing that because I've got,
Well, if they start fucking
yeah,
talking back to you and
talking.
saying it's like a, you know,
What if it's just a speaker that goes, yes, this is great, thank you. What if it's that?
well, if that's not in response to something you're saying.
It's pretty obvious what I was just saying was referring to.
Yeah, no, as in if you're talking to this robot and it can't respond to you.
You
Like
could turn it
full
off. You could
sentences.
turn it off. You could turn off their voice. That's probably gonna
If they're capable of
yeah.
speaking to you in full sentences and understanding what you're saying
Mm.
and responding to what you're saying,
Yeah.
which could develop into a relationship with a robot.
Nah, you're ordering it on like an app, and
Yeah.
she's turning up, right?
But if it's an AI, it can learn. Yeah?
Yes.
So it's constantly learning.
Yes.
And the only thing is that if it was learning, it would then
Yeah.
it would start developing
Emotion.
and feelings, and even if you were with it for one night, then it got deleted. Still cheating.
Fair enough. By the way, I haven't said my thoughts on it yet because I just want to hear Ed's. Just because I'm just being devil's advocate. Most of the time when you speak, I'm just like trying to probe things at you because I think it's quite funny.
Oh yeah, is this funny for you?
I feel like I feel like you hate me at some point.
Yeah. So what is your take on it then?
Right. So I think to the point where like you look into their eyes. That I think the eye contact will then make. I think eye contact.
Just eye contact.
No, because that is like 70% of any human. Like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know this.
Relationship.
Eye
yeah.
contact is big, and for me as well. Like, yeah. But
So not even the speaking is for you then.
but also think about how society is gonna how it's gonna change if at a click of a button you can just. Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because there'll be no.
it will
People
definitely-
will just be able to eventually, if you wanted to, people could just focus on their careers. But I know relationships are a big thing, but it's just interesting to think like aspects of that, like sex and how it's going to be in the future and how things change.
Yes.
We're definitely getting more. Oh, I want this now. I need this now.
More, and you think that kind of thing will become, I need this now.
Like with everything,
Probably, yeah.
less patience.
Mm-hmm.
and whatever the market is, people, companies are going to manufacture.
Yeah.
You see, and what is the difference between? Do you think it's better or worse that AI comes and it ruined only people? There's no more prostitutes anymore. It's all AI. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, I think AI is a bad idea completely.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, but mainly because I feel like
Are you worried about robots taking over?
no,
and stuff?
it's not some Terminator shit. I'm
Really?
just thinking.
You're not worried about that at all?
Oh well, yeah, eventually if it was at that point, but no, the first thing would be that it's just taking anything like the jobs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because eventually everything will be able to be done by a robot.
Yeah. I think there's a well, yeah, there's
I
no
suppose
limitation
then
to it.
some other way of paying
fact
people
that-
will be implemented because
Well-
people won't have to create or do anything.
I think there'll be some sort of social credit system.
Yeah.
Where people just
Like
that's
universal
crazy.
credit is now for
Yeah.
people who don't work,
But that's
but
going to be
for the entirety of society.
yeah, a lot of well, that amazes me how eventually I'm not very clued up on this, but something that was made in a factory developed by scientists will be able to creatively think. That is crazy. This thing that is very human about us,
Mhm.
not any other animal can draw. Think of Van Gogh, bro. There's no chimpanzee doing that. There's no
No,
rabbit
only by
doing
accident.
that. But yeah, oh yeah, there's that theory that multiple possibilities.
Yeah.
It could eventually. Yeah, but my point is, eventually that'll happen. There'll be
Yeah.
something that is not human that can do that. That is crazy
Yeah. If
Right.
we let it happen.
if we let it happen. But once it gets to a certain stage,
I think there's no stopping it. Yeah.
people love it too much, and I'm not gonna go against it. I know it's quite selfish, but some of it makes life easier.
Mhm.
You can, just order an Uber, bro. Go wherever you want. I know that's not AI, but eventually that'll be a self-driving car. That I'm looking. Oh, self-driving cars.
Never having to learn to drive.
I'm learning to drive. What's the point there?
Yeah.
That's you,
Break
mate,
it
with
up.
the sound. Ever since you said you did sound, I'm like, yeah, I hate sound. Look, I gotta do the sound. No. Yeah, we're back. That was a very deep chat we had, Ed, about AI. I think I made him a bit ponder about life, and I also think that. But
Yeah.
I think to remember about that is we're not gonna be alive. We're not gonna be chasing our dreams when it comes to that time. We're gonna be chilling, hopefully.
Yeah. And then we can have robot butlers that I can do the clap for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have a robot. Talking about AI again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. On a lighter note, mate.
Hmm?
Where have you travelled?
Well, I'm not that travelled a man. I mean, I've been to New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty-
been there as well.
Pretty cool place.
And did you go to the North or the South Island?
North.
North. The fact you have to think about
It was when I was like.
I
It was
think
when I was
they-
like 12. I went
that.
there
Okay.
on a school trip.
Right.
School
have you
trip
been-
to New Zealand.
Wait, so I didn't. What school? That was you. I talked about a couple of grand for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not me.
Shout out, Mumsy.
Shout out, Mumsy. Yeah, I've been to a couple of European places. Been to France, Germany, Croatia. That kind
Europe.
of place.
Europe, France. What was your favourite place out of all those?
Croatia.
Why?
Because it's
Why?
nice weather,
Yeah.
and I went to a festival there, so
Lovely.
I have not listened to drum and bass in
Oh,
any of the
that'd
other
be-
two. So
I think going to a festival and how does it fare? You've been to a UK festival, the UK festival culture. How is that compared to Europe, the rest of Europe?
well, the fact is that all the people from the UK go to that festival.
Oh, so it's just it's
It's
kind of like when you
just-
go to Tenerife and
Yeah.
you see people going, "Can I have fish and chips?" But
And then they go, "Yeah, mate, no worries."
yeah, they go, "Yeah, we can also speak that."
Yeah,
Half the world speaks English. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
My brother lives in New Zealand, so I've been there once before.
Yeah.
I've been to America when I was very young.
I've been
where
to New York. I've never been anywhere else in America.
I did the classic thing, Disneyland,
Oh yeah,
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not been there.
What did you do in New York? Was this like when
Just-
you were an adult or?
Yeah, I went. Previous relationship, just I went chilled in New York. Like, it was great.
Was it romantic?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
sort of, kind of just did touristy stuff and walked around loads. It was just amazing to see the
How
place.
does
to
it
be
like
honest.
compare to London? Like, 'cause obviously you have like it's a big city.
Higher.
Hi, yeah.
It's just a bigger place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just 3 islands of fucking
There's too
mad
many people,
shit.
so it's like building.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But that's probably gonna happen with a lot of places. Think about it, just no room. Let's build up.
It can't not happen. Like, it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah. Well, unless they somehow stop population. But anyway, I keep turning shit deep. Sorry, man. Anyway.
Yes, unless they do a mass culling, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Just make everything so depressing.
Where have you
Sorry.
visited? Do you think it's too big? Do you think they need to kill everyone?
Yeah, that kind of just tells you what stage of my life I'm going to. I feel like I've grown up, and then like realize. I feel like this last year I've really got perspective. Like fuck. I think like sometimes I struggle to just think about what's going on in my life.
Oh yeah.
Forget about shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to travel anywhere like in the future?
You just stole my topic, man.
Well,
I was going to ask you that question.
Well, you can ask me in a bit, mate.
Like everywhere.
Everywhere.
When I say everywhere,
You want to go Iraq?
no.
You want to go North Korea?
Stop. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to somewhere else in America rather than just New York, because I want to go to like a beautiful place rather than just an insane place.
Is it a place where like I know, or is it like one of them obscure places like?
Nah, maybe I don't know. Go maybe stay in a northern city somewhere and then like explore like the forests and shit.
Like live there or just like stay
No,
there?
just go and visit. And then I definitely want to go to Canada at some point because I've heard it's insane.
I have the worry I'll travel somewhere and then like one of the. I feel like sometimes a holiday's enough for me. I'll be like, find a lot. I just wonder like how it will be like to live there. I don't know. I don't enjoy much of the touristy things.
No, I get you, but
Like anywhere I go, I wouldn't enjoy
No.
looking around the historic buildings. I don't know why, but I grew up in like an old town anyway, so I'm just sick of that. I think.
yeah, but like the touristy things in somewhere like New York are still also absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Like there's a place called like the High Rise, and it stretches all the way down like one side of the place,
Okay.
and it's just elevated on an old like train line. You know the ones that go over the road in America.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Go over the like that.
So, like,
they're lifted above.
Yeah. So they're above
yeah.
the road.
We don't have any of that
No.
here. Yeah.
But like it's that's decommissioned, and it's just like a big garden the entire way.
Oh.
It's absolutely insane.
Have you ever seen them? I think it was in I Am Legend, where like I think it's in DC, where you've got all these beautiful buildings, but then like in the future, all the moss. Is it like moss? Is it like that where there's like moss on the side?
Not on the buildings.
It's worked very well.
No, it's
together.
just it's a garden.
Yeah, Japan. You said Japan.
Yeah.
I'd really want to go to like the Pokemon Center there. I know that sounds really heavy, but I don't know why. I just want to go. So sick.
I mean, you know how much I love Pokemon, mate. I definitely would do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that subject, what are your favourite genre of games? Huh?
Yeah.
Segue.
Segue. My favourite genre of games probably be. I do like RPGs, role playing games. Like I think the most escapism a game has, the better. Like the more I feel like I'm not in the world.
Immersion.
Immersion. That's the word. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm studying that at the moment.
I played like Pokemon when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Then
You felt like you were a Pokemon trainer, yeah.
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 I cared that more. I was
do
like
that
walking
still now.
you ever like walking around like a supermarket when you're younger, just on there? Like I'd follow my mum doing errands,
Yeah.
and I just wouldn't be there.
go on your Game
I'd
Boy.
be in a yeah. That was like memories. Yeah. So anything that can take me away from the world just for a couple hours.
Anything that makes you just go whenever you're playing it, and then someone has to ask you something 3 times before you actually respond to them.
That's a good game.
That's a good game.
Yeah. So are you similar to me, or What types of
You like RPGs?
I do.
I know you play Fortnite, mate, and you
I
fucking
don't
love
play a lot of
Fortnite.
games right now.
Right,
I'm
but you
telling you what.
loved.
I do. Yeah. I like so I like RPGs, and I also like. I'm very competitive, so anything to do with gaming that's competitive.
Right.
And I happen to be the only game I was like good where I could play a bit of competitive was Fortnite.
Right.
And I didn't. No, I'm not gonna lie. I did enjoy, and I do enjoy Fortnite.
Yeah.
Not right now. It's shit. But
Because they took the building away, yeah.
yes, and also just the community. I don't know. Like, I don't have many hours.
Yeah.
You need to have. I don't know. Yeah, I got
Anyway,
less of the
Fortnite's
game.
shit. So, my favourite genres of games, did you say?
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, I also am a massive lover of Pokemon. We've already established that. So what's that? That's a RPG, I guess.
That's what. Well, that's what I guessed because
Yeah.
you have written. No, no,
Yeah,
it is
definitely
an
an
RPG.
RPG.
It's an RPG.
I guess there's like leveling systems and all that kind of thing. But yeah, like when I think of RPG though, I think of like
Also,
The Witcher
RPG,
and like Fallout and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
single player, big role playing
RPG
games.
could. Be, I know I'm being role playing. You
Yeah.
are. That could be anything, but
Yeah.
I meant like storylines.
Yeah.
Have you ever played one genre I do love is like co-op horror games. So
Yeah, I don't fuck with horror of any kind.
don't like What if it was like I feel like I'm currently I think soon gonna play a horror game with my brother who's on the other side of the world, and I found that idea sick. Like I think I'd love to play a horror
Putting
games,
yourself together, yeah.
but not like every day. I feel like just one time.
Yeah.
What was the
There's a guy at my uni who just plays Outlast. Yeah.
How like religiously?
Just Outlast, and he tries to speedrun it like most days.
Oh, speedrunning, yeah.
But still.
I watch a lot of that speedrunning. I used to. You know when you just go down rabbit holes on YouTube. Yeah, I do anything competitive, anything where I love watching someone who is really good at something.
Yeah.
Anything like that. Like I'll watch someone who can chop tomatoes.
I watched someone speedrun Elden Ring the other day.
Oh, right.
And someone's done it in like 28 minutes or something stupid.
That's ridiculous. How long does it usually take? Like how long does it
I
take
mean,
you?
I'm not even halfway through yet.
And
I've been playing it for weeks.
Yeah.
It's a fucking huge game, but they figured out a way of getting through the entire thing and being able to kill the final boss within 28 minutes.
I think for me, with
And there's a recent patch as well, so they've probably figured out a way of doing it quicker.
was it with like did they just play
Oh,
the
yeah.
game wrong? Oh, with glitches, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
There's like one section where you just jump down a hole, die, the lift comes up, and it skips out. Like,
Is that an Easter egg or was that a glitch?
I mean, it's just something that they didn't think they needed to
Right. So
think about. You know, your character dies and falls on the button, and then the lift comes up, you respawn, and you can go back,
yeah,
and the
you
lift's
can.
there, and you go back down it.
I see what you mean. Have you ever watched Ready Player One?
Yeah.
That kind of. Do you think you can see yourself getting into VR when it becomes a bit
Yeah, I'm currently studying VR for one of my research projects at uni.
like the audio around it, right? Or would it?
So yeah, it's to do with head-related transfer
Yeah, yeah.
function. I don't know whether I talked about that last
That's
time.
the thing you don't even think about when you're playing games like that. How important the sound is, because
Especially with VR,
yeah.
because
create
it's
that
got to be
immersion.
related to your character, and your head is basically where the character's head
There's
would
probably
be.
so much more work in that than just a regular game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty mad.
I've never been on like I've never done Vibe. I've never done anything like that. I think I've tried the PS4 one. That was
You
ages.
ever played Beat Saber? Everyone's played Beat Saber.
Never played that.
Really? The one where you just like slice blocks with a
I've just
lightsaber?
never. No.
Yeah.
It looks fun, but never done
It's ridiculously hard.
it. It doesn't really fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's jokes.
I think I'd love to play like this really random Guitar Hero on VR. Like you're just like there playing guitar and then just like a virtual.
What, and the VR's just you on the stage?
Yeah, but then you like that was my favourite thing in Guitar Hero when you'd be battling like someone. Oh, Guitar Hero is so
Which
good.
one? Which Guitar Hero are you talking about?
I was really young.
Guitar
when I
Hero
did-
3 is definitely the best one, and that's probably
I think I played 2.
2.
Where there's so you
Like
be
multiplayer?
going through there was the story,
Right.
and then through that you battle like people
Yeah, probably.
with your character, and I just found that thing of dueling someone really cool. But yeah, for some reason, I haven't found my next game, and that's something I'm looking for. Because I'm a person where if I'm not like really good, it frustrates me. Like when I played Halo with you the other time, just not being good at it, and that really annoys me. I think I just need to stick
That's why
with
you've
the game.
never ever played it again.
Yeah, and I do need to
Even
because
though
I
the
really do
multiplayer
like
is free.
games. Yeah, yeah. I just never thought to hop on it, but
I didn't play any more after that, really. Multiplayer Halo.
I much prefer to. It's really weird, like watch people play games. I think that's.
And then because then when you play the game, then you're not as good as the person you've been watching, or
Yeah,
someone
probably
else you're playing.
That is probably it. Like,
yeah.
I probably watch a lot of people who are just good at shit, and that makes me feel really bad about my ability. That's probably really bad for my mental health.
It probably is, mate. Yeah,
that's awful. Yeah, but that's
these
what people do.
play this game every single day, so obviously you're not as good as them. Unless you dedicate your life to this game, you're not going to be as good as them.
So didn't someone we live with, Ryan, used to play esports, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
for League.
For League, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
And now mentions the fact that we can't mention League, or he can't download any version of anything to do with Riot because he'll just want to download League again.
Yeah, I've seen some clips of the community there. They seem like the rage compilations.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does your genre of game or anything influence what films you like watching as well?
Yeah. So like the horror, I like playing horror games.
You like horror films?
I can never watch them with Kay though, so.
Why?
Well, she just doesn't like watching them.
Oh.
I mean, I've watched a few, but I think horror films I like. I also like a lot of crime docs, anything that is also not my day to day. So, someone's, the documentaries as well, like a lot of Louis Theroux, just like obscure, weird people and their stories.
Yeah.
I think that's something I really like.
Fair enough.
So does your game kind of taste influence the films or not?
Maybe. Well, I don't know. I'm hugely into Marvel films, and I watch them all and know exactly what happens in every single one. So it's kind of like
I'm probably like a plastic Marvel. I've seen Endgame.
Yeah.
I've seen them, but like haven't watched the recent ones. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, I
get it.
Like religiously watch them. Like I will, as soon as one comes out, I'll be like, right, I'm booking a cinema seat.
Yeah.
I don't even care if nobody comes with me.
Well, yeah. That's the thing I've never
fucking
done. I've never been cinema by myself. But I imagine it being a vibe,
No, it's not.
Certain things,
It's definitely not.
Really?
I haven't done it recently, but I used to have a Cineworld, the plus one where you could just go watch whatever you want as many times as you can in the month.
Yeah.
And because I was the only one who had that, I would just go watch the worst films on my own. Like, I remember being pulled over by the police once, right? So
Why?
This is a great story. I got pulled over by the police for not turning my lights on when I was driving through the middle of town at like 11:30 at night after watching a film on my own.
Right. So that's.
And it was something like Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 or something. Like something horrendously
Right, so you were
bad.
on your way to go watch this film?
No. I was on my way back from watching it. It was like
and
11:30 at night.
You didn't have your lights on?
I didn't put my lights on. Drove past the police station. Pulled me over straight away.
Yeah.
Comes up to my window. And I'd been at work the whole time as well, the whole day. So I was tired as fuck. I was up since like 5:30. So that's obviously why I forgot to put my lights on, or I just whatever. Like everything was lit up, so I didn't notice. Drove out of the thing, got pulled over. Comes up to my window, and he was just like, "You alright, mate?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What have you been doing? Your eyes look a bit glazed over. You been smoking?" And I was like, "No, I've just been at the cinema." He goes, "What did you watch?" I was like,
You didn't know?
I can't remember."
Genuinely just blanked.
But I was at the cinema. I can't remember what I just watched.
Yeah.
It was awful. I left early, and he was just like, "Right, okay. You definitely haven't done anything tonight." I was like, "No, I've genuinely just been come home from the cinema." And then I was like,
at that
right,
point,
cool.
you still didn't name anything.
No, I just could not remember what I just watched. And then obviously when I got home, but I was just nervous as fuck. Like, I'm sorry. Do you know why I pulled you over? No.
Oh yeah, that'd be
yeah. And then turned my lights on, and he followed me for like 3 miles.
You're like,
I'm
I
just
need to
driving at the
drive.
speed limit, like looking in my mirrors constantly, like
You
I'm.
followed? I didn't know that's the thing they did.
Yeah, well, he didn't
They
know.
probably didn't
Like he
say
just did
anything,
not
but then
realise
it's
whether
like,
I was.
I've got
he-
a spare 5 minutes. Let's
Yeah,
follow
yeah.
this guy.
Well, he just thought I was high as fuck. Like he wanted to
Yeah.
arrest me, I think.
I think you know when someone's high, but maybe the fact that like you get nervous so you don't act like yourself.
I couldn't name the film I just
Yeah,
watched, so I didn't. In his mind, I didn't tell him what I was doing that night,
Mm.
and I was just trying to bullshit him.
And he didn't like push any further.
No, he was just like, right, okay,
Mm.
put your lights on, carry on, because I had never had any other offences, so he was like, right.
Oh,
Okay.
did he check your ID and things like
Oh
that?
yeah, it was like gone.
How does
and
that?
come back sort of thing.
Tell me about that. I don't know how that
Just
works.
give them your license and they go to their car. I
They
don't
go
know
to
exactly
work.
what they do,
Yeah.
but they like check it on their system, whatever.
Yeah, they go.
And
This,
like,
yeah,
who's your insurer? And I'm just like, oh, fucking hell, I just got the cheapest one. I don't know what it is. So I'm
Yeah.
just like red flagging it the
He's
entire
He's
time.
questioning
like,
about your life, like, and
Yeah.
you just don't know the answer.
no.
Actually, I don't know my
Fuck
second
knows.
dog's
if
name.
you find out now on the system, can you tell me?
yeah. Can you give me a number? I wanted to call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, followed me the entire way home. Pulled into my driveway and they just drove on past.
Oh, okay.
I was just like,
Yeah.
right, okay. You just made me drive home the slowest I've ever driven home. So.
I've never come into contact with the police, and I think I'd be like you. I'd just blank it, but I think especially when you're driving, did you not know you had your lights on at all?
I had no idea, mate. Obviously, the worst time to do that is
At
driving
night?
past a fucking police station.
Oh yeah. Also, that,
Basically,
yeah.
looking at them while they've got while they're about to pull out of their.
Usually,
the
other
police station.
drivers will flash you.
I just came out of where I parked.
Fair. Yeah.
So I just came out of where I parked, which was next to the police station. Drove past this police car that was just coming out of the police station.
Did he put his sirens on?
And yeah, it was just an instant. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Woo!
What?
Oh, as soon as I hear that woo, I'm sweating.
Yeah,
I'm sweating.
obviously I was sweating.
Oh god.
Straight away. I was tired as fuck. Like, I
I've
have no
just
idea.
I was just going to see Mall Cop. Yeah, sure you were, mate. Like, I think that would have been worse.
If I told him what I just saw,
Yeah,
and he was
just
like,
gotta-
you definitely didn't see
I
that.
think it's a good job you did blank.
Yeah, probably.
If I was a police
I'm
officer,
glad he thought I was smoking weed.
you do
rather
not
than
look like
seeing
a
that.
guy who's just gone and watched Mall Cop by yourself.
Well, I didn't tell him I was on my own. That would have been way worse.
Yeah.
Why the fuck were you in the cinema on your own?
Yeah, I was with my mates.
Yeah.
That I hate that. I think I do when I'm out. I can't just go out into Manchester or go out to a city by myself. I do like being with other people.
Not even in the day, and you know what you're going shopping for.
Unless it's like work related. I don't know. I'd order it from my computer or something like that.
If you knew you like, say you wanted to go get clothes from like one of those like
Shop.
thingy shops that we and you went to,
Yeah,
would you go to one of those on your own?
I would if I had a.
Probably
I feel like
explain
I'd
what I
find
just
the
said. One of
affair
those
pretty
thingy
boring.
One of those thingy shops.
Like,
What did I mean?
You meant the I
What
don't
are they
know.
called?
I don't know what they're called. They're
Vintage
not thrift
shop.
shops. They're vintage shops.
shops.
Vintage
Yeah, yeah,
shops.
Well, they've just got racks of organised into colour, really old clothes, sort of thing.
I usually just go.
I found a
for
really good one, by the way.
You have to show me it.
Yeah, it's in Affleck's, the like multi-story.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, and it's on the bottom floor when you go in.
Right, and what would it sell?
Loads and loads and loads of different clothes, like vintage clothes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like way better than that one we went into.
Yeah,
I found a
some of them-
great t-shirt.
Well, there's this thing where these clothes are old, and I get like their brands and people, but this thing, some of these clothes, like so you go into shops and they look like run down, and then you're like 50 quid. I'm like, yeah, some people pay. I just won't at the moment.
fuck that.
Yeah,
But you could get 3 tops for 20 quid.
that's very good. And some of them are on weight, aren't they? There's a lot of
Yeah,
like
there's one
thrift
right
shops.
next to it, which is like
weight
a
one.
kilo for 15 quid
But-
or something.
My girlfriend went there and she was like, yo, I've got like loads of clothes. She paid like a lot of money for it, so I think sometimes it is a bit of a
Yeah,
is what it is though.
yeah.
I mean that's all I want to talk about today. I think I have a lot of fun chatting with you, mate.
Yeah, nice. Good. I have a lot of fun too, mate. Just
Definitely don't know.
staring at you.
You
just being
seem-
like,
you seem
"What
fed
the
up."
fuck
You
did
seem
you just say?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that is you're like the level-headed person, and
Yeah.
keep me on track when I
Yeah,
ramble.
and I'm just like, calling for a break, time out whenever you're just like getting deep on AI chat.
I just, yeah.
I'm joking. But I'll chat about with you with whatever, mate.
Surely there's limits, mate.
Uh,
Even I have limits.
I mean, there's probably limits that we can't chat about online.
yeah.
But
There's definitely. Yeah, but yeah. Whoa, I can hear myself. That's crazy.
Where is that coming from?
Oh,
it's your headset.
I think it's my headset. Yeah. If you have somehow got this far through, thank you very much for listening. We are posting on.
What the fuck are you doing here still?
We're posting on Spotify. We'll be on YouTube and Apple Music eventually. So make sure to follow us on all that. Anything else you want to sign off with, Ed?
No, not really. Just, I'm hoping people listen to us because we do dedicate a part of our, busy routines at the moment. Because there's all the uni shit going on. It's quite a bit of a...
No, I get you. It's summer. It's,
and
it's getting to the end of it.
It's getting to deadline day, so I don't know.
No, I do that.
Well, I hope people listen.
We'll see you guys in a bit.